But in 1987, something happened that would alter Tom Selleck's life forever. He entered into a marriage using a false name. Strange, isn't it? A water use controversy, a tragic helicopter accident during filming, and a son struggling with addiction would follow. By 2025, Tom admitted on live television that everything he built was at risk of slipping away. This is the story of a man who once seemed to have it all, only to watch his world slowly fall apart. Will he ever regain what he's lost? Drop a 1 in the comments if today's story moved you, or 0 if you feel differently. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay with us, because this journey isn't just about loss, but the quiet moments still unfolding behind the scenes. His co-star Jane Seymour found it unusual. "I love cats, but I don't understand why he went back 12 times, she said. At that time, the tabloids were buzzing. Rumors of an affair spread. Everyone was watching him, watching her, trying to prove something. Jilly didn't even know who Tom was. Her TV had been stolen 3 months earlier. She had never seen Magnum P.I., but after the show aired, they often shared quiet dinners together. In 1982, Tom divorced Jacqueline. Yet people continued to wonder if Jilly had played a role. That shadow lingered over them for years. Back in 1980, just before Magnum P.I. became a hit, Tom nearly landed the role of Indiana Jones. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas had chosen him, impressed by the chemistry he showed with Shaw Young during the audition. But there was a problem. Tom was under contract with CBS. He was honest with Spielberg, but CBS refused to release him. Bob Daly at CBS was adamant. No films at all. Ironically, later that year, a Screen Actors Guild strike halted Magnum P.I. production for 6 months. That was exactly the period when he could have filmed Raiders of the Lost Ark. Instead, Tom stayed in Hawaii. Meanwhile, Harrison Ford took the role and became a worldwide icon. Tom later reflected, "I don't consider myself a victim, but I'm not happy about it." That missed opportunity may have cost him over $100 million. In the same year, tragedy struck on set. A helicopter accident during filming claimed the life of 33-year-old cameraman Robert Vander Carr. Pilot Robert Sanders survived but suffered serious injuries. They were filming a routine scene off the coast of Oahu when the helicopter went down. Sanders repeatedly dove to try to rescue Vander Carr, but it was too late. Tom himself was seriously hurt. After the accident, he demanded changes, clashing with Universal Studios over safety. He requested additional coordinators, a backup helicopter, and thorough briefing meetings before any stunts. The studios argued that the costs were too high. Tom replied, "We're talking about people's lives." His insistence ultimately pushed the industry to improve safety standards. When the show ended on May 1st, 1988, over 50 million viewers tuned in for the finale. Behind the scenes, however, it had been a struggle. CBS had wanted to cancel the series early and even tried to kill off Magnum in season 7. He was shot, fell into a coma, and the final scene showed him walking toward the light, but fans were outraged. CBS had to bring him back for season 8, which cost them millions. The budget soared to $1.2 million per episode. They asked Tom to cut outdoor scenes, remove the helicopter, and hire cheaper actors. He refused, insisting it would ruin the show. It became an ongoing battle. Tom didn't just act in Magnum P.I., he defended it as if it were his own creation. Every decision, every change, was a constant struggle between preserving the show's quality and meeting the producer's demands. Tom knew that compromising could strip away the essence of Magnum P.I. and he refused to let that happen. In 1987, Tom starred in Three Men and a Baby, which went on to gross $167 million. But something strange caught people's attention. In one scene, a figure appeared behind a curtain, a boy standing perfectly still. Rumors began to circulate that the apartment was haunted, with some claiming a boy had died there. The legend grew over time. Years later, Tom explained on The Tonight Show that it was actually a cardboard cutout of Ted Danson from a deleted scene. The film had been shot on a soundstage in Toronto, not a real apartment. Still, fans loved the ghost story, and Disney never corrected the rumors. Some people even believe the rumors helped sell more VHS tapes. In 1990, Tom filmed Quigley Down Under in the harsh, remote regions of Australia. The shoot was tough. He rode horses, performed his own stunts, and endured extreme conditions. He had to manage the heat, rough terrain, and the unique working style of the Australian crew. Roger Ebert praised his performance, but the film wasn't a big success and barely broke even. Still, Tom says it remains one of the roles he's most proud of. When Batman was released in 1989, Tom was once again on the shortlist. Other contenders included Mel Gibson, Kevin Costner, and even Charlie Sheen. Ultimately, Michael Keaton got the role. Fans were initially unhappy. Warner Brothers received 50,000 protest letters, but the film went on to gross $411 million and forever changed the superhero genre. Tom turned it down because comic book movies weren't popular at the time, and he was still committed to Magnum P.I. Later, he admitted he regretted passing on the role. What do you think about Tom's decision to turn down Batman? Do you think he regrets it seeing the film's huge success? If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories. In 1992, Mr. Baseball hit theaters. Tom played a fading Yankees star sent to Japan. The film had its humorous moments, though some felt it was a bit forced, highlighting the cultural clash between American and Japanese baseball. Tom trained rigorously, and the movie became a reference for real players considering a move to Japan. However, it underperformed at the box office, and critics called it messy. This marked Tom's first major setback after years of consistent success. His next film came out in 1997. Tom shared a 12-second on-screen kiss with Kevin Kline, which surprised many of his fans. He had previously served on the NRA board and donated to conservative campaigns, so some wondered if the role conflicted with his beliefs. Tom responded, "I make ugly faces in front of the camera. That doesn't make me Solomon." He was simply doing his job as an actor. The kiss caused a media stir, but it also helped pave the way for more LGBTQ+ roles in mainstream cinema. From 1995 to 2000, Tom appeared in 10 episodes of Friends as Monica's older boyfriend. On set, he struggled with Chandler's sarcastic delivery and often asked Matthew Perry for guidance. When Perry tried to mimic Tom's mustache, the audience seemed disengaged. Later, when Tom's character joked, "Nice mustache, when puberty hits, it'll take off," the cast erupted in laughter. In 1998, Tom took on a leading role in the TV series The Closer, but it didn't succeed. Only 10 episodes were ever aired. The show struggled with low ratings, and critics weren't impressed. Tom was crushed. He took a full year off to rest on his 63-acre farm. He later said the experience taught him lessons about failure and resilience. While it was a major setback in his career, it became a turning point, helping him appreciate the value of perseverance. His time on the farm allowed him to reflect, review what had happened, and prepare for future challenges. That period of rest gave Tom the strength and determination to embrace the next opportunities in his career. Then came Jesse Stone. From 2005 to 2015, Tom starred in 9 TV movies based on Robert B. Parker's novels, eventually co-writing some of the later installments. The films were popular with older audiences and consistently outperformed other TV shows in ratings. However, a plagiarism claim caused a stir. Another screenwriter alleged that Tom had copied his ideas. A confidential settlement was reached, and the matter was never publicly discussed. Despite the controversy, the films continued through 2015. In 2006, Tom appeared on Boston Legal. What should have been a straightforward role became complicated because of his real-life position on the NRA board, which clashed with the show's liberal cast. The script heavily addressed gun control issues, and tensions rose. Crew members openly challenged his views during script readings. Later, Tom said this experience contributed to his decision to resign from the NRA Board of Directors in 2018. His performance in 2004's Ike, Countdown to D-Day, received high praise. Filmed in New Zealand, the shooting days were long, often 18 hours each, and the intense pressure nearly strained his marriage to Jilly Mack. Tom said the work drained him mentally and physically. Playing Eisenhower wasn't just a role, it deeply affected his real life. Every scene, every detail required him to fully live and feel each moment, not just on screen but personally as well. Portraying such an important historical figure demanded meticulous preparation and brought new challenges to his private life. From 2010 to 2024, Tom played Frank Reagan on Blue Bloods. He was the highest-paid cast member, earning $200,000 per episode. In 2023, CBS asked the cast to accept a 25% pay cut to keep the show going. Tom agreed, losing $1.2 million. Despite the sacrifice, the show was still canceled. He expressed deep disappointment and begged CBS to reconsider. The final episode aired on December 13, 2024. Tom read a poem and the cast and crew were moved to tears, but CBS remained firm.